The start of a new year feels like the beginning of a new chapter, a reset, a clean slate. We tell ourselves that the past is behind us and that change is finally possible. But for most people, that feeling doesn't last very long. The habits come back, the routines return, and before you know it, you're living the same year all over again. Think about it. How many times have you set goals for a new year, only to abandon them a few months later? How many times have you promised yourself that this year would be different? If you're watching this, you probably want 2026 to be different, but wanting change isn't enough. If you don't approach it the right way, the year will pass, and you'll feel exactly the same as you do right now. So how do you actually make 2026 the best year of your life? I've never been a big fan of New Year's resolutions. Choosing a random date on the calendar and deciding that now you'll change your life doesn't really make sense. If you're unhappy with your habits in October, waiting until January won't magically fix them. A new year isn't a real reset, it's just another day. But I understand why people do it. January represents a mindset shift, a psychological line in the sand that says, this year will be different. That's why gyms are packed in January and empty by March. People lose focus, life gets busy, progress feels slower than expected. And once hope fades, it's easy to decide that this year is already a lost cause, and that next January will be the real turning point. The cycle repeats. So how do you break it? It starts with being realistic. Most people go into the new year with a massive list of goals. Read more, eat better, get in shape, be more confident, be more social. But those goals are vague, overwhelming, and impossible to track. That's why they fail. If you want 2026 to actually be different, you need to stop chasing an ideal version of yourself and start building small, manageable habits. Because habits matter more than goals. Instead of saying, I want to get in shape, you need something specific. There's a simple structure called a habit loop, a cue, a routine, and a reward. The cue tells your brain when to act. The routine is what you do, and the reward reinforces it. Work out more isn't measurable. Work out 3 days a week after work is. Read more is an idea. Read for 30 minutes before bed is a habit. Once a habit is established, it becomes automatic. You don't debate brushing your teeth, you just do it. That same wiring can work for your goals. Using a habit tracker completely changed how I approach my life. Seeing progress, even small progress, made those habits stick. But habits alone aren't enough. There's another concept called keystone habits. These are small changes that improve multiple areas of your life at once. You don't need 20 new habits. You need 1 or 2 that pull everything else with them. For me, it was going to bed earlier. Sleeping earlier led to waking up earlier. That gave me time to eat better. Better energy made it easier to work out. Working out made me want to eat well and spend less time on screens. One habit changed everything. When something in your life feels broken, ask why, and keep asking until you find the root behavior. Fix that, and the rest often follows. But here's something most productivity videos never talk about. Your life isn't just a project. We live in a world obsessed with optimization. More productivity, more growth, more improvement. Even your free time becomes something to manage. And if you go into 2026 thinking only about optimization, you might end up improving a life you don't actually enjoy. So yes, set goals, build habits, track progress, but also remember to be human. Play, explore your city, talk to strangers, go for walks without a destination. Create things that don't need to be productive. The best year of your life won't come from discipline alone. It comes from balance. And if you get that right, you won't need to say, new year, new me. By the end of 2026, the new you will simply be who you are.